All right, welcome everybody to the Super Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer Tournament 2025. Today we've got a barn burner between TEEX88 and DannyPSpeed. I'm the Haxer, and I'm joined in the commentators booth today by ProA007. How's it going, ProA?
We're in for a real treat tonight with two of our top players, both 7-1 in the standings, and this is the final week of Swiss play, so their bid to the brackets is assured, but now they're going to be jockeying for position, and also I think get an idea of where they stand between each other as far as their level of play before we get into the brackets, because it would not surprise me if we saw these two facing each other again in the quarter, the semis, or even the finals.
Yeah, that's a good point. A lot of stuff on the line here still, potentially #1 overall seed. Obviously, you have something to say about that still, but yeah, and there's some matches yet to be played, but could be looking at stuff like that. And like you mentioned, I mean, it's really a finals quality matchup, and has been a finals in tournaments in the past. But obviously with Danny winning most things the past couple years, he
Right.
tends to be there. But Teeks has been in a lot of finals as well in this tournament, in the SGLs, as you well know. So,
and in the main tournament as well, he was a finalist, I believe, in 21 and 22, because he bested me in both of those matches, and ultimately lost to you, actually, I think, both times. So
that's correct. Yep.
So, and yeah, he's been in the SGL finals a couple of times. I think he's 1-1 in those. I defeated him in 21. I think he won in 22. So, there's a lot of pedigree in these two players in terms of top level play, and they're going to bring it tonight. So, chat, well, as we get ready for the final countdown, what's our first world going to be?
7. Come on. Reverse world order. We were talking about it. It's got to happen.
Yeah. One of these days, there's a segment of chat that is clamoring and begging for it. All right, our runners are off.
Oh,
it's in.
Okay, our odds just improved a lot.
Yeah. All right, so we got 3-pipe Monty. Bridge is out on the eastern island. Danny is going to play the level in front of him. He draws 7-8 in vanilla location, no less.
Yeah, kind of a bit of a gamble here, thinking maybe those pipes will be more useful than the ones on the opening island.
It certainly is a gamble, but with 3 pipes down below, it's I think a worthwhile one. And Teeks did reverse course. One of those pipes took him to the Lonely Isle, and he got the coin ship and got a P-wing out of it. So Danny gets a cute suit.
Yeah, having some trouble with the enemies in 7-8, which isn't a surprise. So opting to get the secret item there.
Yeah. All right, so we got 3 pipe checks here. Teeks running down low in the South Central Island. And Danny finds the correct pipes, so Danny finds 7F2, and this is just a 1-fort world, so all he has to do is finish this off, and he is going to be golden.
Yeah, using the tail whips really well here, able to make it through the top room here in 7F2 pretty quickly. Probably going to see a damage boost here in the bottom with P-Speed.
Yep, with 2 dry bones, no problem. Teeks got clipped, and he was just a little late, or a little early there, and he takes the death. He's going the other way, and a hand stage.
Okay.
So
could be an item here.
This could pay off. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, the hand stages, have a randomized item within them, and it's the same item in each one, so obviously a much faster level. Unfortunately, only gets a music box here.
And not that useful under these bracket controls, because items do play a much greater role overall. particularly with the need for hammers and clouds for World 8, because one of the key changes we've made in this year's version of the randomizer is levels and locks, can be mixed in with the bridges now. So, there it could be an interesting mix of things that they could run into.
Yeah, and that block in 7F2 was a star, and TEEX is going to know exactly how to use this. Is he going to slow up here? And unfortunately, I think he was hoping for a mushroom there to damage boost.
Yeah.
But...
So 240 for Danny through World 7. It was a vanilla. It was Roy and World 5 airship. We got 2 forts for sure. And all right, so.
Okay, 3F1 here. Probably not going to see the door through a regular person, I would imagine.
I wouldn't think so. TEEX might go for it, but
yeah, I know TEEX is pretty comfortable with it. I think maybe with the stakes what they are, he won't though. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to have a forced draw here, and it's 2 stages either way, so 6-3 it is.
Yeah, drawing the fire chain at the beginning. That and the fire chomp being the worst 2 enemies you can get there. As you can see, Danny getting clipped, unfortunately.
Yeah, I had to kind of slam the brakes a little bit. But yeah, so Danny with the early lead here. Unfortunately, that hand stage did not bear fruit, and we got a anchor from World 7.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty good enemy set here in 6-10, so Danny's going to opt to keep the tail. He's going to allow him to flower some, potentially nasty things. I don't think he's going to see too much. Okay, the Goomba Shoe's probably the worst thing you can get here. Yeah, easily through that level there, using the tail to great effect there.
So we have World 2. We have 2 fort now.
Yep, damage boosting at the beginning there, using the tail again to save some time. There's, you can damage boost there, you can damage boost in the elevator room here. He's going to skip the power block there.
Yeah. I think with a runner, when you're facing a runner like TEEX and vice versa, TEEX facing a runner like Danny, you're not going to, I think, stop and, go for as many power-ups as you might have, in another match, because your opponent's not going to make very many mistakes. You got to optimize your time.
Yeah, that's a good point. He's going to check out the Hammer Bro here. Probably see a lot of this early and less of it late, of course, as the items get less useful.
Right. It'll also depend on what they end up with by the time they get to World 6 or 7, because if they're still short a hammer, they will probably still keep playing until they do get something good. And TEEX having a little trouble here in 6-10, and couldn't get rid of that Bob. Couldn't get rid of Bob, but he's in 6-9.
Yep, Danny getting 6-9, not getting the wall jump, so using the pipe here. We'll probably see an attempt at it from TEEX as well.
Yeah.
Alright.
7-1.
Yeah, going in big. What you want to see, and yeah, not bad there. First attempt that had a chance to do it. The other ones were a little slow, and TEEX trying to stop for the power up there, having a little trouble sliding in.
Yeah. So Danny, third try, gets through, and that's, I'm sure, a nice relief to him. Always good, it feels good when you get that early. You're not, scrambling a bit.
Yeah, picking up a star here in 7-3, pretty good item to run through the beginning portion of this stage, and just gonna duck under everything at the end there, and then jump over the last stuff.
Right, Teek's putting a hole in the floor there to get rid of the giant hammer bro.
Alright, let's see. Ball jump. Oh. Oh. Iggy is coming after him. 2 hits. 3 hits. And I think that was a fire kill.
Yeah. And that's second world in a row of vanilla, at least the airship and the Koopa match. $738 for Danny, so making good time. He's got a couple stage lead on TEEX right now. TEEX still playing a little catch up after the death in 7-8 and the extra pipe checks he made.
Oh, second try for TEEX, so got a little time back there.
A little bit. Every little bit helps, and we start with a forced forward in World 3 with 5 F1. So Danny handles it pretty easily. Still has Fire Mario and gets an easy fire kill there, so nice job by Danny.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, the waffle cycles really didn't line up in that fort to do it quicker, so did a nice job of not taking any damage there.
Linear on the pipes, the 2 pipes on the board feed into each other, so more levels and another fort for our runners ahead.
Yep, 3-8 here, one of these stages where you can more or less play it the same way every time.
Yeah, unless you get like an aggressive boss bass, and there are some enemy sets you get like fire chomps and snakes in there. It can kind of throw things off a little, but
yeah, particularly if you slow down too.
Yeah, so we have super tanks for Danny. It was 9:16 for TEEX, so he's about a minute 40 behind right now. So he's gonna need a little bit of help here from Danny, I think, to kind of narrow the gap. None of the levels so far have really, in the way they played, other than 7-1, and both of them played it very well to kind of get him some of that time back.
Yeah, and, not being able to wall jump at 6-9. Now, this is a stage where you can get some time back. Danny gonna take a death here.
Yeah, and that's not surprising. You got 2 choices, and he's used his anchor, and it's a fire Mario, so Danny trying to hold on to his P-speed to get the H jump. Unfortunately, could not get it to go.
So yeah, we'll see if TEEX chooses the other level right away, so an opportunity for him to get some time back if he does so.
And I don't know about you, but if I'm playing, I tend to go with, if I have the 50-50, I tend to go with the same stage every time. So I don't know, in his case, it's at 3-4, 3-5 location. Alright, so all the forts are taken care of. We got 7-6, wow.
Oh, entering the door here. I think this is intentional. I think he's gonna.
I think so. Yeah, it's like, just deal with the P-wing. Because if you have it, use it. Much easier this way.
Yep. Not as fast as if he would have clipped it, but I mean, faster than if he still was trying to clip it. So, TEEX doing the same thing here, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no.
It was like, come back, come back. 3-5 for Danny. Another good stage to use a P-wing on. TEEX,
yeah, every once in a while.
TEEX used his P-wing. Oh boy. So
there is a floor strat, but
yeah. This is going to be interesting. He's going to have to do 7-6 with a tail, at least at the outset, if he wants to go for it. Sub-pixel perfect.
Yeah, he can, you know, like I said, he could build P-Speed and fly over it as well. I think he does know how to do that, so... Oh, he's usually the P-Wing.
If he has another P-Wing.
I thought I saw a second one, but maybe...
Oh, that's right, he got another one from that Hammer Bro he played. Or that's that coin ship in World 7, so fortunate for him, and another... Wow, that's what, 3 in a row now on the pairings for the airships.
Doing his pipe checks here. Sure enough, always the one behind the level. Well, not always, most of the time.
Most of the time. So we got World 4 now. Alright, linear start. Where are we going? Okay. So we have to play a couple of stages for a fort. We can't see the rest of the map right now.
Danny, interestingly enough, skipping the Hammer Bro at the end of the world. Initially, we'll see if he decides to skip it entirely.
I think he'll play it. I think he's more interested in just getting the lay of which fort is it, the fort in front of him, or is it another fort? Just because that Hammer Bro will always come back. Will always be there anyway. Right. So TEEX using some P-Speed to fly over. Ooh, got hit. Four-hitter on Larry and 1425. So still about the same as before in terms of the splits. Danny maintaining that early lead and has really not ceded any ground to TEEX yet. We'll see what happens. Okay, that's just a 1-forter, so...
I was thinking it might be the 1-4 world. Here we are.
It could have been. I've seen it where it's like it's 3 in a row on that top tile, so it can surprise. Yeah.
Okay, 3F2 being 1. That is going to build the bridge here. First room a little different. The waffle's going the opposite way. They never used to do that. That threw me off the first time I played Seeds. I was like, wait, this never was this way before.
Yeah, their movement is randomized now, so you have to kind of anticipate and see where they're going to go. So actually, with that, World 4 being a 1-forter, all the other worlds will be 2 or 3, depending. So 7 was a 1-forter as well. So that will affect some of their strats, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, Danny gonna fight him. Didn't get anything useful from the other two, so.
Yeah. And music boxes galore. TEEX in the quicksand stage, and Danny's in the World 7 airship, so Ludwig, is he gonna make it 4 for 4?
Yeah, you got pretty good odds here of seeing it.
Down to 1 and 4. Got Lemmy.
Only 2 hits. I'm surprised. You know, Lemmy. He's the kind of guy that's usually 5 when you don't have fire.
I found that to be true as well. TEEX in 3F2, so 1637 for Danny at the halfway point. We have 2, 5, and 6 to play.
Okay, here we go. 2 forts kind of in the path here, and barring a hammer from this item here, likely gonna have to play him.
Danny's avoiding Boss Bash shenanigans and is just going to go for the item here in 3-7. This does take more time than finishing the level, but item.
Yeah, not having, you know, any of those level skips currently. No clouds, no hammers, and gets a fire flower. Okay.
Which, not a bad thing. So see Danny now. Okay, so 1/4. So here's a good one. Does he go for the item or does he play this through to Boom Boom?
I think you gotta play it to Boom Boom. Yeah, he's making the right play here. Don't see any locks on screen. That's
No. Yeah, that and World 2 in particular is where this, if you go for the item prematurely, it can backfire on you pretty hard.
Yep.
1811 for TEEX. So again, there hasn't been much in terms of movement on the distance. First beta
Angry
stage.
Sun?
Ooh, this could be tricky.
Yeah, not the best setup to see here with the Angry Sun. There's the Paragon buffers.
Of course.
Other one? Yep, of course.
TEEX is going to go for the item as well, and he will get hit another fire flower himself as well. To answer chat's question, we have not seen the triple forter yet. That is still in play.
Yeah, Danny's not even going to bother to scroll the screen here. He has to play this level anyway.
Yeah. Given that there are 2 pipes, you figure that it's a pretty good bet he's going to have 1 at most stage left to play.
TEEX, I think, wants to go for the item here, so interesting.
He's going for it. Well, let's see what he draws. A P-Wing.
Does save some time in that stage, though, potentially, so we'll get to see what that did later on here.
Yeah, and he'll get through this stage. Item. Yeah, this will help him with that as well, but okay, so the pipes are up top, so just one hammer bro. TEEX gets punched in the face by a Paragoomba. Danny gets his music box off the lone hammer bro, and
okay. Doesn't
okay.
Matter. It does matter.
It does matter. Yeah, it's top or bottom. He's open for top.
Yeah, if it's bottom, it saved Danny a stage here.
Yep. Right. So this is going to be big. Did TEEX make the right call going for the item in 1/4?
He did.
Very good. So, yeah, another nice little time save. We're the World 6 airship. We welcome our raiders from the original SpeedGaming channel. I believe they were playing a Mario 3 random match as well. So welcome all, and welcome to this battle of 7 and 1s. DannyPSpeed and TEEX88.
Yeah, it seems like TEEX has gained a stage here in this world, because I think he was about 2 behind coming in.
Yeah, 21-10 for Danny, so TEEX should probably be about low 22 going into this. We have World 6 now, so 5 will be last. We're still looking for that triple forter, and we have found Atlantis.
Yep, no clouds in this seed either, so...
Yeah, this has been a straight race between our runners. They have not been able to utilize hammers or clouds so far.
Yeah, that's one of them where you're kicking yourself for fighting the bros. You're like, oh man, I should have been skipping them the entire time. It's a lot of time.
It is a lot of time, but You know, and that some of that strat might change in the brackets because hammers do not break locks. So there might, depending on your world draw, you know, that might preclude you from going for some of these hammer bros late. But at the moment,
Right.
all right, Teeks, no matter what you do, you're still getting Atlantis. And to answer chat's question, yes, I did roll this seed. Do you like it?
Yeah, we've seen 7-5, although it wasn't forced, so, you know,
No.
could improve a little bit there.
Yeah, but the seed is still young. And now
True,
we've
true.
got 4F1.
Good star usage here for Danny. Yeah, it allows him to speed all the way through it. The result. Ooh,
Bonks on the ceiling there.
the classic. That's the one. You know, I love doing that at runs. That one's
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite. You do everything right in that fort. You get right at the end. You just gotta sneak past the thwomp, and you lose the fire anyway.
So 4F1 taken care of. So Danny's gonna make this easy. Ooh.
And there we go.
Well, yeah, they called it. Sounder fan called it. All right, so we've got pipe, lock. Trying to maintain his P speed.
Very nice. So he'll pick up a little bit of time there too, with keeping the fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really look at his split for World 5, but all right. So now we got a first pipe check. There's the cloud for Teeks. All right, this is the triple, and it's a straight shot. I see
Danny's gonna fight the bro. Yep.
Yeah.
A little surprised he didn't right away anyway, but
Yeah.
and of course it's not a hammer, so
Of course.
Danny getting the bad news and having to play a bunch more stages. More for us.
Yep. So yeah, so 4 more stages, and they do have a cloud, so they can skip. You know, if they get something ugly like 6-6, they probably will utilize it here. And
Oh man,
Teeks-
he's got to be
Teeks-
careful.
Yeah, Teeks is closed in. He's on the same level now as Danny.
Keeping the P speed all the way through. Very nice from Teeks. Exactly what he needs here.
Yeah. Danny gets 3-1.
Little indecision on what item he wanted to equip there, so Teek's gonna pick up a little bit more time here too.
Oh yeah, they're running neck and neck right now because Danny kind of hesitated because do I go for the item? Do I go for the bro? Do I not? And you know, and then some of the other stuff that Teek's been able to sort of optimize has gotten him back into this.
And another beta stage here. Danny doing a nice job of skipping over the spiny there. It's not like pixel perfect to do that, but it is pretty tight jump there.
And Teeks making short work of the stage as well. Our third beta stage in this world, incidentally. We got Atlantis, we had the ice flow stage in this. So Danny's going to the 6-10 tile, he gets 6-5. Does Teeks go for the 6-9? He does. What did he get? 6-8.
Definitely a better stage. Ooh, Danny went for the clip there, unfortunately losing P speed, and Teeks, uh-oh. Okay,
Teeks
grab
a
the block.
little-
Nice.
Very nice throw there, and got 3 good enemies to make it happen as well.
So yeah, with that being said, TEEX now.
Oh, Danny had to slam the brake. That Paragoomba got in the way. But yeah, no, TEEX for the first time is in the lead today.
That was a great World 6 for TEEX to...
Yeah, that really... That was exactly what he needed. The last couple of Worlds, really ever since that gamble on One Fort, everything has really been coming up for TEEX. Erasing a 1+ minute deficit.
Yeah, he can do that in a hurry. He's quick.
Yeah.
Not that Danny isn't. Danny's pretty quick too.
No. Oh, yeah. Alright, so Danny at 28 flat, so 16 seconds difference as we head into World 5. We only have a cloud to date.
Oh. Here we go. There it is.
9. He's read the map correctly. He knows once he gets up the tower, he doesn't have to come back. So
I just know TEEX too. TEEX sees 5-9 and he's like, nah. Like, nah, he will never play this level. If he doesn't have to.
Right, most won't. And Danny is doing the same thing. So you do have to be a little cautious here in 6-2 because one wrong move and yeah. So TEEX actually had the right idea using Tanuki here.
Yeah, much easier time. It is a little quicker on the stage too because you can kind of fly to the end here.
Yeah, take the top route. So force tower.
Yeah, he's gonna damage boost through it and probably keep PSpeed through most of this here. Danny not wanting the 3. There's no way he wanted that.
No, I think nice pipe clip there by TEEX. Lost his PSpeed,
yeah. But interesting he decided to do that. Because yeah, you lose your PSpeed in the next room with that, unless you do a bunch of frame perfect jumps. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Danny losing it too there, going in the pipe. Tough jump.
Yeah, it is. Alright, so... Oh, this is pretty straightforward. And TEEX like, nope, not doing this.
Yep, he's just playing stages and getting out of here. Pretty good stage to get here. 4-1's usually not too terribly bad unless you start getting fire nippers and things, but...
Yeah. So 4-1 is accounted for. Danny is going to play this, bro. Let's see if he gets something good. Does he get...
Oh, TEEX.
TEEX making all the moves here. Last stage, and it's the 1/6 beta. So I think it's our 5th beta stage today in this seed.
Yeah, and this one can be pretty tough. This is a good shell grab here. He's going to be able to take out most of those enemies there.
TEEX.
I like that.
Yeah, that's something I should probably employ a little more often. Because, yeah, you can keep your momentum going. We have World 3 Airship, and it will be Morton. I think we've seen both of the thick Koopas, so...
Yeah, I was hoping to grab a flower there, I think.
Yeah. Oh, he is thick. I guess I miscounted, but he's kind of thinking about the getting the PSpeed, getting a little more velocity, but now. All right, so 31:20 for TEEX. Pretty good time. No hammers, so this is going to be more of a bracket style world. And we lead off with Air Force, and it's 6F2, and oh my.
What is going on with this capture?
Well.
This would be tough for me to play, and does a really good job in this level regardless.
Yeah. Unfortunately, TEEX has had some intermittent video issues over the years. Some of his captures, but oh well, we found the path to Bowser. There is a stage and a fort. It's 6F3.
I can't even see his. Now I can because of the star.
Yeah.
You can't even see the door. Oh, this is such a big problem.
Yeah, you should be able to. You can kind of finesse your way through some of this. Okay, he's found the door.
Oh, and thankfully it's a one-hitter. Oh, man.
Okay, so is this the answer?
For his sake, I hope so. Oh.
He is going to play the stage right now, and I think that's a mistake. Because he's still... Does he not have a cloud, or...
Did they pick up another one? Because they did use it on 5.9.
Oh, you're right. That's right. I forgot about that. So, yeah, never mind. So playing this is fine. You just get this out of the way. It's 5.3 beta. Flyer is... Jesus, this is just weird. Alright, so Danny is back in the... So we're in the dark area. There's a lock. There's... You know, this is just a race to get to the... and there's our hand stage, and we already know...
Yep, TEEX doing the same thing here. Gonna do the exact same thing, so we're gonna have to get to that hand bridge, it looks like.
It's it's on the hand bridge, whatever it is, so...
Oh, ooh, more divergence.
Right? 6F1 versus Navy.
Oh, what a disaster. Okay. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so Danny...
P-Wing it, nice. Good stuff.
Alright, so we'll find out here. Can TEEX overcome the power of weirdness?
Okay, this room will be fine. This fort should be fine, actually, for him.
Yeah.
And TEEX is potentially right here.
TEEX is correct, so he's just got to get through this.
That's right, because they've already played too, right? So
yes, so 6F1 is the correct answer. TEEX closing in.
Does he remember his pipes?
That is a fair question. That has cost many a runner.
He's having such problems with the pipe stages.
Yeah, he is.
Yep, he's got it. Alright, so we'll see what Bowser's castle looks like here. Okay, the fire, it's not so bad. You can at least see your character.
Clips into the wall. One on the clips. Every man clip coming up.
Oh, he needed that so bad.
Yes, he did. TEEX just needs 35 fireballs, and he will take trippiness and all. Game one of this two-game duel between these two great runners.
Shirley's going down here. Okay.
There it is. So TEEX88 will take game one of this two-game set. Taking down Danny with, despite the handicaps here, we'll finish it off with an official race time of 37.05. So a terrific race, really, by both runners. And this was a purist seed. One cloud, that's it. No hammers, none of that nonsense. This was a straight run.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do for the technical issues going in the race too. But yeah, kind of what we expected on the outset there. Really close race, came down to one decision, right?
Yeah, it was a couple of decisions, certainly. I mean, everything kind of started to turn on a dime there, really, after the World 1 gamble. That's where he was behind by over a minute for the first 4 worlds, and then he makes that gamble, and it just seemed like everything was going his way. And then, yeah, he was starting to skip hammer bros. He was starting to, just be more aggressive and really press the attack. And, Danny had a little trouble in World 6. He had a little trouble in World 5.
Yeah.
And, Danny was really, and TEEX was really just able to pull away, but it was only 30 seconds going into World 8, so it really came down to that coin flip, in the end.
As we would expect, but yeah, with that being said, don't go anywhere, chat. We will be back shortly with another race here. And if you enjoyed that first one, I guarantee you the second one's going to be just as good.
Indeed. See you in a few.
All right, welcome back, everybody, for race 2. We've got the runners ready to go. Hopefully, the small technical issues on TEEX's side fixed. Once again, we've got a race here between TEEX88 and DannyPSpeed. Game 2, TEEX winning the first one in dramatic fashion, I would say.
I would say so as well. It's always a hoot when your winner's EverDrive decides to do crazy stuff.
Yeah, I was just impressed. One of the things that happens when the situation is like that is you can start to get flustered, and it's obviously affected him, but he didn't let it overwhelm him. And so that was really impressive to me.
Right. This is not the first time it's happened for him, unfortunately. So he was able to kind of take it all in stride, and yeah, he was up 30 seconds going into World 8, and he was ultimately able to make the correct guess on the Ford, getting 6F1 versus Danny's 6F3, and that ultimately was the difference. And so TEEX moves to 8-1 in the standings, and so now Danny's going to try and even this up and get to 8-2 to finish Swiss play. So let our runners go. And the other thing that was striking about Game 1 was, I said it in the race time chat, but this was a purist's race. One cloud, that's it. No, there were no big hammer plays, no big cloud gambles.
Yep.
This was
my kind of race. My kind of race.
This was a game of execution, and but there were still some gambles and still some guesses that had to be made throughout. And TEEX got himself into a bit of a bind early, not taking the most optimal route in World 7, but then he started getting more aggressive. He went for the item in World 2, won the coin flip on that, because that could have really sunk him, and started ignoring bros. And Danny was, trying to find that hammer, couldn't get to it, and, so TEEX was able to kind of erase that deficit and spot himself a nice little 30-40 second lead.
Yeah, that definitely, allowed him to get the lead going in the World 8, and then obviously the 50-50 at the end of the day coming in and being the difference here. So yeah. Both runners looking like they're going to play this fort on the outset here. Danny equipping the tail, seeing the fort first, trying to gamble on something he can fly through.
7F1,
Yep.
a Pro A special if there ever was one.
Yeah, interesting strat you can do if it's the opening like this. If you go in and you have the wrong power up, you could reset and just, restart it. It'd be a little quicker too.
Yeah, well, it wasn't quite like that, but yeah, I misread the map and had a World 1, a 1/4 start, and I realized my mistake, so I kind of hit a reset and just started over.
Of course. Okay.
So it worked out, but it was still it was kind of irritating. It was infuriating, I think, more than anything.
Sure.
So, music box and a star for the items. TEEX, I think it was kind of hoping to be 4F1 since Randall loves pairing the World 4 forts together, but nope, Carpet Fort instead.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Probably didn't really want that leaf either.
I don't think so, but used it as a... oh boy.
Yeah, Danny has the same idea here.
Yeah, and...
okay. Well...
no, dude, this is not good. Please hold on for, what, 35 more minutes? 30 if we get something really good. 25 if, we get something godlike.
Oh boy, it's getting worse.
Yeah, it is. Alright, so both runners get into the airship at about the same time. It's the World 7 airship.
Getting P-speed here on both sides. Pretty much a dead heat. Oh, Danny gonna take the lead here in the pipe.
The runner's pretty much out at the same time. About 2:45 for both, so a virtual tie as we head into the next world.
Yeah, Danny with like a 15 frame lead here.
Alright.
Fireflower, okay. Backup Fireflower, never a bad thing. And we're getting the stage right off the bat. Danny doing a little extra scouting of the world there, and TEEX gonna get P-speed here in 1-4, so gonna pick up quite a bit of time here with this strat.
Yeah, this is definitely something we have. This hasn't been utilized very often until recently, but TEEX, runners like TEEX have definitely been putting it to good use.
Yeah, TEEX running the speedrunners edition of the game, of course, where you're forced to do that. So
ooh, we
nasty.
We got a triple.
Yeah. Oh, and it's an Atlantis too.
TEEX is gambling here. He's going to play Atlantis.
I think Danny's got the right idea here. This could also be a hammer, so...
yes, it could be. It's just a star.
But it's not, because I rolled it, so...
yeah, you rolled it. Yeah, this is him. This is not me. my seeds are all full of, thematic meanings and nonsense. Okay, so route to the end is there. This is gonna be ugly. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm thinking you do have to play this Atlantis, because...
I think so so, forced Atlantis and 2 straight seeds.
This is, where I'm tempted, with the bad man, to be like, just you're welcome, just drop the you're welcome in the race chat.
Well...
ooh, Sledge Bros at the end here, too, can be kind of trolly. Doesn't jump, thankfully, so... and, of course, we get 3F1, which is a much better stage. Stage you don't mind seeing.
Now, Teek's kind of slamming the brakes there. He's went into door 5 to get an item. He went back to door 5 and a little trouble. Crouching, doing crouch jumps to the left always just seem to be worse than crouch jumping to the right.
That's right, because the game pushes you right, so you can't ever get an up input. Otherwise, you instantly stand up and it pushes you out. So.
Okay, so that takes care of the pipe. On the south side, Teeks realized, oh, right, pipe check. Like, yes.
I'm going to play the plant here that Danny's already played.
It makes sense. I mean, you're looking for kind of immediate gratification in these situations. You know, this is much easier. So, Danny knows what needs...
Finds the coin ship.
Teeks finds 7-6. Both opted to take a P-Wing over this in game 1. Teeks is going to try to clip this time. Danny, just a music box from the coin ship, so nothing to get too excited over.
Yeah, gonna check out the plant level more than likely here.
Yeah, like if this will spare you from having to play second try for Danny. It spares you having to do like more fort hunting than I'd say go for it.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, we get to do fort hunting.
Yeah, so now it's Teek's going with the first available pipe.
Oh,
all right.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. So this is going to create the linear draw here. So this actually isn't so bad. Just 2 forts, 7F2, aka Piranha Fort, and we'll see if 7F1 pairs up, and if either runner decides to gamble with a tail or their P-wing. Actually,
I would imagine they're both going to do it, right?
I think so.
Yeah, Teek's doing a great job of speeding through. Of course, getting a star in that block is the perfect item.
And Danny showing he's no slouch with the second half of... I think that's the wrong pipe, Teeks. He just realized it was too. Danny, unfortunately, kind of lost his momentum there. Had to trying to slide under. That is not the right pipe either.
Uh-oh.
He's had that happen a few times in races where he just kind of gets a little jumbled with trying to his pipe sequences.
Yep, straight to the P-Wing, and not the fort we were thinking, but still a good one. And the P-Wing allowing him to skip the dry bones too, so very good.
And Danny gets the better luck on the 50-50s, so he doesn't have to worry about that. And Danny also takes a damage, but he stops to get a fire flower, so we'll get a quicker kill on Boom Boom here.
Yeah, it looked like 2 stomps on Boom Boom.
I believe so, yeah. So both runners staying neck and neck here as we now head into the airship.
Yeah, really the difference being Danny fighting the coin ship at this point.
Yeah, that is the big difference. World 6 airship. So where RWO was so far on airships, not necessarily worlds.
Oh, beautiful power up for this one.
It's just a one-hitter quitter.
The seed determine, oh, you got fire? Now it's a one-hitter. It makes that decision on the fly, obviously.
Yeah, naturally. So, but a long World 7 for both runners, having to play all 3 forts. That was 7+ minutes for both of them.
Yep, plus Atlantis.
Atlanta. So double pipes, three pipes off the jump here, and TEEX I think making their correct call. Just play the fort right now. Save yourself the trouble.
Danny gonna check the pipes though. Okay.
Okay, so one feeds into the center, so that's encouraging. And Danny, you know, is gonna have a little easy. Is gonna know exactly what to do next. Let's see what TEEX gonna repeat Danny's steps now. Danny got himself caught there, trying to get over.
Yeah, both grabbing the firepower from the right there, which done a good job at that.
Yeah.
Oh, might be free. World free?
Might be.
Okay.
Yes. Wow. So, as far as we know, that was a single forter. Didn't see anything else on the map to suggest otherwise. So, yeah.
So we went from this seed is very slow to we now have a jet.
Yeah. Nice job by TEEX avoiding that flame jet, incidentally, after he kind of lost his footing. Got Luddy.
Danny picking up some good time there, speeding through.
So, 11 seconds separating the runners through 3 worlds. So this is about what you would expect from two runners this good. And we got a Cloud going into World 6. We got a...
Oh, big enemy set too, so we're definitely not going to see the sands here. Not even I would take the sand with this enemy set.
No, it's because you know Angry Sun and Boss Bass can't be here, and you know you can utilize your P-Speed strats pretty successfully, as TEEX just demonstrated, and Danny is demonstrating so far in 8-2. Oh! Fireball bounced and... Alright. Got 3 pipes.
Got clipped there a little bit. Oh, saves the stage.
Ooh.
Okay, fair enough.
No, yeah. And no hammer yet, but if one pops up, you know, depending on... Oh. Okay, he's fine. Like,
Yeah,
now he can play...
I don't know if he wanted the double damage boost, but he had to.
Yeah, he did. But at least he can see where he was going now.
Ooh, and that's a star, and he'll be able to get this kill because he is small, so...
Yep. Classic Warpless and Hundo strat.
Is this last block a star? Otherwise, oh, and it is. Okay, so Danny keeps pace here.
Alright, so if this is a hammer, they're using it here. Because this is going to save quite a bit of time.
Yep. Trying to avoid the leaf there.
Yeah.
Gets another cloud, which is also good, so...
Yeah. So we've got 4 stages to get through now. So we start off with 5-2 with, ooh, chomping snakes up top. Yuck.
And Danny doing a good job there in the Hammer Bro fight, grabbing the power up after the box, so it didn't cost him any time to power up there. You know, small
Right.
half second.
A little trouble with his platforming in 5-2, but gets up top.
Yeah, has potential. Could have damage boosted up here to get P speed, but we'll be happy he kept it for the next stage.
He certainly will. This is going to get him most of that time back and then some, because this is going to be much quicker than running along the bottom. And because TEEX had the tail in game 1, so you know I think it's only fair that Danny gets a turn too.
And getting the worst enemy there, of course, the old Paragoomba. And
Fortunately,
the 1-up, of course.
Of course. But, you know, But you can see the rarely seen P switch, and but times that perfectly. That's very good timing on his part.
Yeah, just a slight mistake there. You actually have to jump off the flipper to make it over that.
Right. Cheeks like, small, no problem.
Probably gonna go back here. Yep, sure enough. Grabs another one. Gonna clear some enemies out.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was getting punched a lot in the first game when he played 6-8. But
Right through the enemy.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But maintains his lead on Danny to get through the 4-stage gauntlet. Free pass, so that's our second 1-forter, I believe. So the rest will be 2-forters.
Yeah, but having seen the 3-forter World 7, obviously. TEEX get a nice fire kill here on Larry. Let's see if Danny follows suit. We'll also get one.
It's about a 5-second difference between the runners at the halfway point, 16:34 to 16:39. Danny had a 16:37 in game 1 at the halfway point. So in terms of pacing, it's about where we were the first time. That means the second half is going to be long because that took over 20 minutes.
Oh, good enemy there, and also a great level. Just gonna be able to speed through this one.
As they did in game 1, although TEEX lost his P-speed, so he is going to be slowed down a bit, so Danny could actually, if he's not in the lead, he's going to be near synced with him.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be about a 3-second difference, maybe.
If that, yeah, they're both cooking. All right, so we got 3 pipes. Well, it's not a given, but one of them will take them to Paradox Pipe, so tower not required here.
Yeah, so you're looking for that pipe.
Right. And
although if you find the other ones, you kind of have to enter it to see which one is it.
Right. I mean, you're hoping for Paradox Pipe on the first try, so...
Surely they just go to the one here. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he knows. Yeah.
Yeah, I like what Danny did here, because, see, Danny saved a bit of time there.
Yeah. He guessed right, or guessed a little better, and fort up top not required. So both of them get their music boxes. So we got a 3-stage sprint now to the finish. Both of them have 2 clouds.
Oh, troll blooper. Yep.
He got me in practice today. He is a nasty one. And got Danny. Well, different than he got me, but like, yeah, that troll blooper, man, in 3-5. Ugh.
Yeah, just Danny. Like that, TEEX taking the lead back.
Yeah, Danny having a little trouble here in 3-5 with bloopers.
Come on, pin connectors, chill.
Yeah, do all the crazy stuff you want in 15 minutes. You got tanks, so...
Oh, clipping through.
Wow.
Danny with a big opportunity here.
He's gonna get a couple seconds back if he does this correctly.
Yeah, nice P-speed from Danny. They finally pick up a hammer. First hammer we've seen.
It took a game and a half, but
ooh, this is a cloud. They're clouding.
I think so. Oh, no, TEEX is gonna play. Danny blind clouds. He's gonna be happy to hear that afterward.
Yeah, that was great decision from Danny there. Having two clouds, need to get rid of one, obviously. TEEX made pretty fast work of this one, to be honest. So.
Oh yeah, he did. It was outstanding. So. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, that's the kind of stage you would like to clear, but TEEX had the right power up for it. So I'm not surprised he did play it.
Yeah, it does take a while to power down there too when you're in double power up state. So
all right, so this is an easy two-stage skip right off the bat. They have the hammer now. Danny is going to play the fort, and it is Fort Knox, and he has the right power up for it.
let's see if TEEX has been paying attention here and decides to equip the old tail for this one as well.
You know, it would be quite a it would be a really good call on his part. If he has excess inventory, you also kind of want to shed some of that, so it makes menuing easier. All right, so
he's gonna hammer, and oh, this is not the stage you want to see.
7-5.
Yeah, TEEX. Yeah. Go play the fort. Or cloud it. You could cloud it.
He could, but he doesn't know what's on the other side. Oh, he lucked out there.
Yeah, that should allow him to... Oh, Danny! Okay. Close one.
Yeah, that blooper's nearly gotten me a couple of times. Yeah, like we almost, depending on where that lock was, we could have had a repeat of game one where the top and bottom position locks.
That's right. So yeah, TEEX ultimate. Oh, scary there from Danny.
Yeah. So
okay, he is gonna cloud and hammer.
He's going for it. I love this. And our runners are back to even. Danny with an extra hammer. We'll see if that pays off. It didn't in World 8. It did not in Game 1. TEEX lost his footing and... oof.
Yeah, quite a gamble there for TEEX. They could also, you know, just pick up another hammer here from the letter.
Roy is our boy, and he's given TEEX some trouble. And get out your commands in chat if you got them.
Another cloud here, and Danny's gonna hammer.
Yep. This is huge. It's a two-stage swing, 3 potentially.
So TEEX gonna try to clip.
He is, yeah. He did this successfully against Midi Guy last week. Or is it? Yeah, it was last week.
Yep, that's right.
So...
not bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, you know, Danny beelining it straight for the lock here. If you are a fan of TEEX, you are hoping it is the first fort here.
Danny taking a
he's gonna
dive.
cloud. Yep, he's gonna cloud.
Okay.
Decent cloud there. He didn't want any part of A1.
Yeah, one's not as awful as it used to be, but it's still not a very fun stage to try and speed through. Ooh, wait for it.
Yeah, this is a long one, so yeah, Danny's gonna be happy watching this one back.
I think so. World 2 airships. It should be. I think it's Iggy is the last one. Right, so let's see. Can TEEX get the 0 cycle? Nope. Flipped into the wall. Oh, we still got it. Nice. Very nice. $25.51 for Danny. TEEX is going to be at least 2 minutes behind.
Oh, he's gonna play the other fork too.
That really hurts.
Yeah, turns out to be a very efficient hammer there. 4-stage skip.
Yeah, that, no hammers, although with Navy behind, we'll see what happens there. We got a level right off the bat at 6-3. But TEEX should have played that hammer, bro.
That's a good point. It could have had a hammer, yep.
It could have had a hammer, yeah. It's like, you're looking for an edge. That would be like the one thing that could save him. Another pipe check here for Danny. Is this okay? Another free pipe.
Okay, on the other side here.
First fort, it's Air Force. All world. Still got 3F2, 5F2, Navy, and super tanks in play, I believe.
Yeah, watch. It's going to break that lock, too.
No, naturally. You know how this works. TEEX.
Oh, yep. There's some P-speed here. Good stuff.
Yeah. So, very nicely done by TEEX. Alright, so something broke or got built. Alright, so TEEX using his last cloud.
Looks to be linear, fairly linear in World 8 here.
So far, yeah, they're... Ooh, Danny's gonna go for these classic see a fort, play a fort situation. And he gets a hand stage. TEEX grabs the wand at 28-12, so he's over 2 minutes behind. And there's a hammer suit.
Yeah, that pipe on the end of the hand bridge here should either bring him to the dark, or it could bring him to the valley, and then there's a pipe on the valley that brings him to the dark, but it's going to do one or the other.
It seems so. 5F2.
TEEX with an opportunity if he... Okay, that brings him to the dark here. Oh, he needs a bridge.
But he cleared out required stuff, so works out pretty well for him. The hammer, not a variable in World 8. There went the lock, so now it's getting the right thing in the dark area.
Yep, got 2 forts here. And he should be able to tell because there should be an obstacle here in the dark.
Correct, yes. Very much in Danny's control at this point.
Yeah.
He's cleared out the level. There goes the lock, so Air Force is it. So that will do it. Danny just needs to clear this out and finish the job.
Yeah, Teek's making the right moves here, but there are 2 stages in front of that pipe for him yet.
Correct, yeah. And one of them being 5F2, and the other being hand stage. So yeah, this is very much in Danny's control, and he had his own second half surge today in game 2 after Teeks pulled away in game 1, but yeah, that blind cloud of 6-6 I think just kind of gave him a jolt, and he carried that, and he was correct on his hammer play as well.
Yep. It ended up being, I mean, that was a close gamble for Teeks. It could have been a World 1 where the hammer wasn't useful, but it turned out it was.
Yeah.
So.
Teeks, I think, sees the full picture. 2-5 is the gatekeeper stage.
Yeah, Danny doesn't care about his power-ups. He's like, I'll just equip another one. I think they have a hammer suit.
Yeah. Yeah, the hand stage gave them a hammer suit, so here it is. So Danny, even with a mistake or two, can still pretty comfortably put this one away and split the match.
One clip away here.
Second try is unsuccessful. Third time is indeed the charm. So Danny needs to close it out.
Yep, just don't give Bowser a kiss here. Although if he does, he's got a good enough lead that should be.
Yeah. Yeah. No problem. Down goes Bowser. So Danny splits the matches with TEEX88 to move to 8-2. Clocking with an official race time of 32:32. So GG's to DannyPSpeed. Moves to 8-2 and is assured of a top, at least one I'd say of the top 5 or 6 positions in the brackets.
Yeah, definitely. 8-2 going to be a very good record. I believe Johnny Link is also 8-2. Human Mustard and Icaros.
Correct. Yeah, there been a couple of splits in the 7-1s thus far. And,
which is kind of what you expect when you get to this point.
Yes, agreed. I mean, this is the people in the 7-1 and 8-0. This is what you would expect from them.
And Teeks' pin connector starting to go again. Did hold on for this one, thankfully. But we are joined by the winner of a race to DannyPSpeed.
Hey, what's up?
Well, it was interesting. I would say both races. The second half is where things went in both your favor in game 2 and Teeks' in game 1. And what's kind of got it going for you was that blind cloud you did in World 5. You got to skip 6-6.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't save my clouds for World 8 like some people. Mirai, Torstal.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there are some decent places to use them where it's like, well, I have one back in case I find something nasty. Was thinking about double clouding at the end of 5. I'm glad I didn't, because the only hammer in both seeds, I think, was in that tank. So,
yeah.
But I mean, honestly, it's kind of how I want it in a race like this. I don't really want hammers or items to really decide the race too much. Played a lot of stuff and didn't get a whole lot of usefulness in return. Plenty of power ups, but I think as far as routing went, I think at least the second seed, I don't really know what I could have done differently, especially in World 8. I think I pretty much had that down where the end was going to be, and then it was just a matter of getting the forts to build the bridge. Yeah, a little salty about the first race. I felt like I could have won that one, but that's how World 8 goes sometimes. When you play somebody like TEEX, he's one of the best in the field, so it's somebody's going to pick the right fort and somebody's not most of the time, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the other thing with race 2 is you used your hammer in World 1, he used it in World 2, and he kind of did a loop around and skipped 7-5 in the process, but you got to skip 4 stages as a result, so you were able to really kind of just pull away at that point. But yeah, it seemed like everything was going right for you after that 6-6 blind cloud, and then off you went.
Yeah, I thought about clouding in World 2 and then breaking the rock, but it was like that extra level panel right there really makes it so it's like I don't think this is worth it, especially with World 1 coming up where hammer is pretty useful a lot of the times, or 8 even. So
right.
Yeah, I really, really wanted to use it there, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Shoutouts in one of the seeds getting a cloud after Atlantis or after
the
seed. So
the first seed, and then race 1 was basically the coin flip in World 8, and then TEEX was just starting to, I think, he was skipping Hammer Bros, I think, midway through World 6 and then World 7, and which was World 5. Like he had no time for that, so he staked himself to about a 30-second lead, and then the coin flip gave him the win. But it really, in both races, for like 90% of it, they were purist races in that hammers and clouds were not really playing a role, except really in that one spot toward the end of the second race before World 8.
Yeah, I didn't see. Well, one of the seeds I saw levels that I didn't really want to see playing against TEEX, 6-5 being one of them, and 6-9 being the other. Because I know he's gonna get the icebreaker. Because I mean, it saves. You have quite a few attempts to save time on it, and he usually does it well within that time frame. And then, he's also proficient at big Mario, wall jumps, and especially small Mario. So I was a little worried about that, but I didn't take any unintentional deaths. So
Yeah, he went the other route in that first race. I know what you're talking about because I think you went a different route than he did. It was at the end of World 6. And so he played a different level even, and it was an easier one.
I said that in the back of my mind. I said, I hope he goes the other way and it's a harder level.
He got 6-8 in that case.
Okay. Yeah, it's much better.
But yeah, he did successfully do the icebreaker clip in Game 2.
Nice.
Yeah, that was one of the levels you skipped in World 1, so, and you also skipped 8 for it, so I'm sure I'd mention, I'm like, oh, Danny's going to really enjoy the fact that he didn't have to play this level.
Yeah.
8 Fort was in World 1 in the second seed?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a backbreaker right there.
Yeah, 8 Fort and 5 F1 in World 1, so yeah, it definitely worked in your favor, and we are joined by our Game 1 winner, TEEX88. GG's.
Thank you.
GG's.
I do have questions for you both. How'd you like my World 7? How'd you like what I cooked up there in World 7 at that second seed, huh?
I don't even know which one you rolled, but all I can say is I safely dislike both World 7s.
Yeah, the second one was his, the Triple Fort Bonanza.
With the required Atlantis, you got to point that out too. Yep.
That was something I wondered if he just went through and did right away like I did, or
he did. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if I was ahead if he decided to die there and fish around, and then I thought I had a moment of panic because I was like, if I would have just gone to the end and played the piranha, maybe that had a hammer, but it didn't, so I wasn't too worried about that.
That would have definitely saved, I think, both of you, because that was a 7+ minute world for both of you. Yeah, would have saved, probably would have shaved that in half.
Yeah, the first seed, yeah, or it wasn't. There were some bad levels, but it was just like every world just had a ton of levels to play. Just there wasn't really a whole lot of places to like make alternate route, decisions too much until World 8. But yeah, they not the greatest seeds, either of them, I would say.
I agree with that.
Yeah, that World 7 was like.
What about the first seed TEEX? Going into the pipe transitions, going into the forts, not being able to see your character model. How was that for you? Was that a fun time?
Yeah, it was a nice little bit of deja vu from the time I raced Ryko Rider in 2019, and I had an entire mess of junk tiles for the last 2 worlds. So I can't say this has been my first rodeo, and it's honestly at least when it glitched out on me, at least it gave me something to work with. So
yeah,
I would actually consider that a step up. So I think I handled that as best as I could.
The red outline was big in Bowser's Castle for sure.
I saw that and I'm like, thank God.
Yeah,
I could actually finish the seed.
Yeah, I was like, I noticed you're missing all the pipe transitions, the pipes, because I'm like, well, I can't even see his model, and it doesn't scroll, so, you don't really know exactly where you're at till you hit it.
Yeah, I think I had trouble finding the door in the elevator of 6F3.
Yep.
Yeah.
But thankfully, the background for the rest of that fort is nice, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was... not exactly the typical way of getting to your 8th win, but definitely a memorable one.
I can agree with that.
But
yeah, I think that's 4 of us in 8 and 2.
Yep.
Yeah, we were saying Icaros and Mustard also 8 and 2 at this point, I believe. And
Johnny Link as well.
Johnny is 8 and 2 as well. So.
Oh.
So.
How about that race as well yesterday? Whew.
So as far as I know, nobody's at 9 wins yet. So, which is a testament, I think, to how even a lot of these races have been, how exciting they've been. So we'll see what happens with the remaining matches for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sure. We've got a bunch of them, by the way. So tonight there's still another race, still going to be a good one. I believe they're both 6 and 2, so potentially another 8 and 2 coming out of that one. We've got Marky Mark 679 versus Antlers 44. Should be very competitive as well, and that'll be on this channel in an hour, roughly, ish.
In 15 minutes, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 9.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind. We got started late. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then yeah, the other high level match tomorrow between myself, Pro 8007, and High Flyer 28 at 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, channel DVD. But we'll see how that shakes out. See if one of us ends up 9-1 or 10-0 or whatever. But should be very exciting.
Yeah, and I think there's 8 races tomorrow. Apparently, if what Dustman is saying is true. So,
it's Friday. Friday's the busy day. Oh no, excuse me. I get my days mixed up. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 races.
So essentially,
never mind. 8. Jepezu and Dr. Torstel moved it to tomorrow.
So essentially, if High Flyer wins both races, he'll be the 1 seed. And
correct.
And if you win both, obviously you will. And if you split, you 2 will be the 1 and 2 seed.
Something like that. I'd be 9-1. He'd be 8 and 2.
Oh yeah. You'd still be the 1 seed.
I would, and not to put myself down, but I would not be surprised if he took one or both of them, because last time we played last year, he completely outplayed me. In really all 3 matches, I was lucky to win 1. So he was definitely on his A game, and I have no doubt he'll be on his A game again.
Yep, definitely looking forward to that one. And yeah, that's all I got. So thanks, Teeks, for the race and the reschedule to help accommodate some of the other races yesterday. It's always going to be a battle between me and Teeks. We play like every tournament, and this year I was able to take one, which I'm happy about. So GG's to you, and thanks for the comms, guys, and see you guys next time.
Yeah, GG.
Right.
It's been a lot of fun as always.
Yeah, GG's. And yeah, again, give our runners a follow if you haven't already, and stay tuned for the next race coming up in about 10-15 minutes. So, it should be good. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Have a good night, everybody.